Om Shanti. Avyakt BaapDada. Today's date 26th June 1969. 26th June 1969. Title is The Way to Give Teachings is to Give Teachings Through Your Form. The way to give teachings is to give teachings through your form. Today Baba is saying, whom is the Father seeing today? He is seeing the children. What did you hear in the Murli today? Whom do all of you remember? The Father, Teacher and Sadguru. So BaapDada is also not just seeing the children, but he also sees the children in the form of the three relationships. All are the children, but in the form of the teacher, whom does he see? He sees the students number-wise. In the form of the Guru, whom does he see? Do you know that? He sees those who follow him number-wise. He is seeing both those who have been following him and those who are going to follow him. What is the main thing that you have to follow? What is the main thing that you have to follow in the teachings that he gives in the form of the Guru? Whom do you have? Baba is asking, whom do you have follow mainly in that? What is that you have to follow mainly? In terms of Guru, the pilgrimage of remembrance. The pilgrimage of remembrance is just the method. Why are you even made to do that? What do you have to follow first in order to grant salvation to others? Why are you taught the pilgrimage of remembrance? The main teaching of the Guru that you have to follow is to be bodiless, to be incorporeal and to be detached. You have the pilgrimage of remembrance so that even while in the corporeal form, you can remain incorporeal, detached and bodiless. Only when you become bodiless will you be able to return with the Guru. This is the main aspect that you are following and have to follow. Is the part in the form of the teacher still continuing or has it finished? Is the teacher giving you the revised course or are you doing it yourselves? With Baba's help? Baba is not teaching you the study but you have his help. During revision, you take leave from school and study at home. This is called homework. You have a connection. Baba is saying you have a connection with the teacher. He doesn't stay with you, but there is just a connection. The connection lasts until the final paper. The teacher is not always with you for the revision course. So even now the teacher is just looking after you from a distance. If you have any difficulty, you can ask him. However, he is not with you now in the same way that he used to be when he was teaching you. Now he sits up above and watches you all very carefully to see who is doing the revision course and with how much power, effort, zeal and enthusiasm you are completing the course. The scene is more beautiful when you see it from up here. Baba is saying the scene is more beautiful when you see it from up here sitting on a gaddi. That when you see it sitting down there, if someone were to sit even higher than this and watch the scene, there would be so much difference. You can experience it with the power of the intellect. What do you experience? Baba is relating to you the experience today. The system of listening to and relating the experiences has continued from the beginning. And so, what is the experience of staying in the subtle region? Although Baba Brahma is in the subtle region, because of his connection as a teacher, he sees that some are revising the study with an alokik consciousness, some are wasting their time, and some are using their time in a worthwhile way. Do you know what Baba feels when he sees that the children are wasting their time? Brahma Baba has mercy anyway, but together with mercy, the relationships that exist also pull him. Then there is a desire to take leave from Baba, Shiv Baba, to take a corporeal form and draw the children's attention again. However, the part of the corporeal form has finished, and he therefore gives a current from a distance. Just as Baba used to show a red flag in the corporeal form, so there was also a flag in the subtle region. However, it has been seen that very few souls are able to taste the Avyakt sweetness and take subtle help. Baba is saying, however, it has been seen that very few souls are able to taste the Avyakt sweetness and take subtle help. Which main power is needed on this path to overcome any obstacles that come in front of you? Power of tolerance. Baba is asking which main power is needed on this path to overcome any obstacles that come in front of you? That is power of tolerance. Which main power is needed even before the power of tolerance? What is that causes obstacles? Maya. You were told previously that in order to face any obstacles, you first need the power of discrimination. Then you need the power of making decisions. When you have decided that it is Maya, that is not right. When you have decided whether something is of benefit or loss, whether it brings temporary attainment or permanent attainment, only after having made that decision will you be able to imbibe the power of tolerance. First, there has to be discrimination, and then a decision about it can be made. Those who have clear decision making, Baba is saying, those who have clear decision making power will never be defeated. In order to be saved from defeat, increase your power of discrimination and the power of decision making. What effort do you have to make in order to increase the power of making decisions? You quickly say the pilgrimage of remembrance. But what is the knowledge, the understanding that gives power to the pilgrimage of remembrance? That should also clearly be in your intellect. You have kept the total aspect in mind, but sometimes that brings obstacles. In a school, watching one another, children are able to give the total result. Baba is saying, in a school, watching one another, children are able to give the total result. But when the teachers, Baba is saying, but when the teacher asks how they arrived at that result, they get confused. And so all of you speak of the pilgrimage of remembrance for the total. But you should also know the method by which the total is arrived at. So which main aspect is essential to increase the power of making decision? Churning the ocean of knowledge. What if you drown in the ocean while churning? Some sit to churn the ocean of knowledge in this way, but there are sometimes such waves that they get carried away by them. If any physical strength is lacking, nourishing food is given to that person. In the same, Baba is saying, in the same way, the main nourishing food to increase the power of making decision is what you have already been told: to be bodiless, incorporeal, and detached in action. The incorporeal and the bodiless stages are a stage of the intellect, but you should also be able to be detached while performing actions and also remain unique so that seeing your every action, people feel that you are unique, that you are not mundane, lockic, but extraordinary, alokik. So this is most essential in the order to increase the power of making decisions. The more you imbibe these aspects, the more you will be able to finish your obstacles and be saved from the obstacles that will come in the world. You have received many teachings, but what must you do now? You have to become an embodiment of the teaching. The teachings are, Baba is saying, the teachings and your original religion should not be different. Your form itself should be the teachings. Teachings are given through being an embodiment of them. In many cases, teachings are not given through words, but through your form. Therefore, you now have to become the form of the teachings and give these teachings to others through your form. You have received many teachings. The course has now finished. Children have asked a question: when BaapDada incarnates into a different body, why does he not conduct Murli in the same way as he used to in the Sakar form? Can he not conduct Murli in the same way? Why did he change the language? Why did he change the style of the Murli? Many people have such questions. Since you are not able to give lectures, why should it be difficult for BaapDada to speak a Murli through anybody? But why does Baba not conduct it through anybody? 2 to 4 people gave their ideas. The course of study through the body that had the part of teaching has finished. Baba does not come now to teach you. That was a course, and the part through that body has now been completed. Now Baba just comes to meet you and entertain you. And what is the other main aspect? What did Baba do when he became bodiless and karmatit? He became a bird and flew away in a second. He flew away from the Sakar body in a second. Therefore, Although the study has now finished, one task still remains, that of taking you with him. This is why Baba now just comes to meet you, to entertain you with Avyakt teachings and to make you fly. The points of study, the form of the study can no longer continue. Baba is saying the points of study, the form of the study can no longer continue. The course is now being revised, but how much time will you take to revise it? To what extent has the course finished? Now all of you have to make a decision to what extent the course has to be revised. How much time do you need now? You have to compare your every action, and Baba is saying you have to compare your every action and your stage with the Sakar form. While seeing that and keeping the aim, check yourself and then you will know how far you have reached. You have been told the aim of how you have to perceive yourself and then give a reply. Now Baba asks you a question as you are now doing your homework or anyway. So Baba is specially drawing your attention to something in that. Why was it fixed in the drama for the Sakar form to become Avyakt? There is some deep significance in that. Go into the depth of this. Do not keep bathing in the waves of the ocean, but go to the very bottom of the ocean and bring up the jewels that you have find. Baba is saying, do not just keep bathing in the waves of the ocean, but go to the very bottom of the ocean and bring up the jewels that you find there. Think about it. What was the deep significance of this being fixed in the drama? Is there some deep significance up above? Nothing can happen without having some significance. Acha, it is now time to go. Acha, Om Shanti.